Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jasmine McDonald and I post ballet and fitness related videos every single week. Today we will be doing a full body dancer's strengthening and stretching video. So let's begin on our hands and our knees for some cat cow. On the next exhale, bring your chin to your chest, look at your belly button, exhale into a cat. Now let's inhale, look up into a cow. Let's do that again. Exhale into a cat, tucking your pelvis under, and then inhale, looking up into a cow. Let's do that 2 more times in your own time. Begin to find a neutral spine, tuck your toes under, and just hover your knees off the floor so your shins are parallel to the floor. On the next inhale, lift your hips up to the sky in a down dog, and on the next exhale, bring your knees to hover again. Let's repeat this. So we bring our hips up in a down dog with our heels high. Exhale, bring your shins to hover. Let's do this 2 more times. Great. Maintaining your core, let's tap our knees down and up and just down and up. Think of slightly tucking your tailbone so that you can really activate your core muscles and make sure you're pushing into the floor so you're not sinking in your shoulders. And let's hold this hovering tabletop for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Press those hips up into your downward facing dog and release your heels down to the floor. Do what feels good here. Maybe pedal out 1 foot at a time. Next, let's ripple forward into a high plank here. From here, lift your right foot off the floor in the next inhale. On the next exhale, bring your knee towards your nose. Let's do that 4 more times, lifting it up and bring the knee to the nose. Again, extend behind you without tilting your pelvis. Keep going. Do 2 more. Next, exhale, bring the knee open and across and extend the leg behind. Again, exhale, bring it open and across, flex the foot behind you. Let's do that 2 more times. Bring the knee in, exhale, flex it back. Last time, bring the knee in, exhale, bring it towards your right elbow, towards the left, and flex it back. Beautiful. Point through the toes and slowly lower down through a chaturanga, through a push-up position, and then press into the floor to lift your chest and your gaze up to the sky in a well-deserved stretch. Go ahead and press those hips back for another stretch in our child's pose here. Let's roll up and repeat everything on the second side. So go ahead and find your downward facing dog on the next inhale, tucking your toes under, lifting your hips up. And on the next exhale, we're going to ripple forward into a plank position. Now with our left leg, really pay attention again to those hips. Slightly tuck the pelvis so you're engaging the core. Lift the knee and bring the knee to the nose. Again, extend behind you. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Last one, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. The next one, we're going to exhale, and bring the knee towards the outside, inside, and extend. Feeling our obliques work here. Exhale, and extend, while also maintaining our core strength. You've got this. Let's do 1 more. Beautiful. Keep that left leg extended as you slowly lower down through a push-up position. Place the knees down and untuck the toes. Press up into the floor and sit back in your child's pose. Go ahead and roll up and then swing your legs in front of you and find a seated position for our V-hold series. Now, option to keep the feet grounded on the floor if that's an option for you today. Otherwise, you can take the feet off of the floor to hover in a V-hold. We're going to turn towards our right, back to center, and turn to the left, back to center. Let's open up our arms against the right leg, in the center, to the left, and center. Working on our center of balance. Continue, or feel free to speed it up a little bit. Let's go back into the center, extend the right knee, keeping our legs close, and then you're gonna flex the foot and hover the right leg off the floor. Again, bring it all the way up as high as you can, knees touching, and flex the right foot down to hover. Roll those shoulders back. You should be feeling this in your abdominals. Keep going. Let's do one more, slow and steady, and then we will go on the second side. Bring the leg back up and let's go straight to the left. Extend the left knee, flex the foot to hover, and lift it all the way back up to meet the other knee. Keep rolling the shoulders back and lengthen the spine, slightly tucking the pelvis under to really engage your abdominals. Either hover in your V hold or extend both knees if you're up for the challenge, holding it for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Grab the backs of your legs and roll all the way down onto your back. Give yourself a hug, roll out your hips, do what feels good. Next, we're going into our bridge series for our back side and our hamstring. So plant your feet flat on the floor. On the next exhale, lift your hips to meet your knees and shoulders. On the inhale, lower all the way down through a rippling motion in your spine. Again, exhale, lift the hips up, and inhale, lengthen to lower. Again, exhale, lifting, inhale, lower, and let's squeeze those glutes at the top. Exhale, lift, and lift the right heel. We do that same thing. Lower the hips, keeping the right heel up, and lift the hips. Again, we lower and lift, really feeling our hamstrings here and our glutes, zipping our core nice and tight and together. Last one here. Keep your hips lifted. Extend the right knee up towards the sky. Flex the foot. Bring the knee into your chest and extend. We do that again. Flex lower. Bring the knee in. Extend. Flex lower. Last one. In and extend. Staying here. You're going to pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lower the hips. Keep that right leg up and lift the hips. Again, lower and lift and lower and lift. Last one, lower and lift the leg. As you lower your hips this time, bring your hands towards the back of your ankle and pull your leg in. Hover your left leg off the floor and let's switch our legs. And we switch and we switch, engaging our core, and we switch and switch and switch and switch. Almost there. Let's keep going. Finally, pull the right leg back in and lower the head and the neck, lower the left leg, and just feel the stretch behind your right leg. Let's go again to the second side. Plant your feet flat, and on the next exhale, we lift the hips back up towards that bridge position. Let's do 4. We lower the hips, and we lift. And again, lower, and we lift, really making sure that we're squeezing our glutes at the top, and lift. Last one, let's lift the heel this time. Lift the left heel as you lift. Again, lower. Keep that left heel lifted. We have 2. And lift. Last one. 1. You know what comes next. Let's lift and extend that knee at the top towards the sky. Flex the foot down, and we bring the knee in. And again, extend. Flex the foot down. We bring the knee in, maintaining the height of our hips while tucking under. So we're really engaging the right hamstring as well as the glutes. Beautiful. Last one, extend the top. I mix things up. So let's lower our hips and lift. Again, lower and lift. We have 2 more. Lower and lift. And then get ready to pulse it out. Let's pulse it out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hips, lift the head and the neck by grabbing the back of the ankle, hover the right leg, and we switch. Keep doing those scissor legs, or you can extend your arms underneath you to really engage the abdominals. If your neck is getting really tired, feel free to put your hands behind your head, maybe speed things up. Let's keep going. And relax. Give yourself a hug and roll onto your right side for the next section of our workout. We're going to be working on our glutes once again. So, tucking our knees and bending our knees, we're going to open in a clamshell 8 times with the left leg. So, let's open for 8 and lower. And again for 7, trying to make a little bit of space underneath the right side of our body. And let's do 4. And we're doing 5. We're almost there. And 6. And we have 7. And last one, 8. We're going to tap the knees together this time. Tap the knees and tap the toes with our left leg. Again, tap the left knee and tap the toes. Let's do that 6 times as well. So we do 8 and 8. Keep going. We have 5 more. Beautiful. Extend your left leg underneath you. Prop yourself up onto your right elbow and keep your hips square and leg parallel as we lift the leg and lower. Again, lift and lower, lift and lower for 4. And we do 5. Let's go for 6 and 7. Feeling the burn here. Last one. Flex through the left foot and little circles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Really feeling the glutes here too. 1. Reverse the circles for 8, 7, 6, 5. I know this isn't easy. I was shaking a lot. If you are, that's fine. I was too. And relax. Beautiful. Go all the way down onto your right side. Again, rotate your legs so they're turned out. Tuck the toe to the knee. Extend to the sky, développé, and flex lower down. Lift the toe to the knee. Extend and lower down. Let's do that 2 more times. Toe comes to your knee. Extend, lower down. Last one. Toe comes to your knee. Extend, keep it here, and you're going to tap the toe in front of you parallel and rotate to lift it. Again for 3. Really working on our deep external rotators here. 2, this is very challenging, so make sure you're putting your left hand in front of you as well to hold your balance. And last 1, grab your left foot with your left hand and extend it to the sky. Feel a nice deep stretch here. And from here, extend both legs, try to keep the height, and we pulse it out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Beautiful. Let's repeat everything to the second side. You guys are doing so great. Let's make sure we shift over to the other side. But before then, just take a little mermaid stretch, maybe a little butterfly. Take some water if you need a drink. It's really important to hydrate when you're exercising. And this time we go onto our left side with our right hip stacked on top of our left and our right knee stacked on top of our left. So we start with 8 clamshells. Let's go. We open for 8 and 7. We have 6 and 5 and 4. We have 3 and 2. Last 1 and 1. Now we tap the right knee to the left knee and rotate, tap the toes together. Let's do that again for 7 and open. We have 6 and open and 5 and open. 4, almost there, and 3. Keep breathing. 2, tapping the knees together while slightly lifting the right side of our body. And 1, beautiful. Prop yourself up onto your left elbow. Hips are still stacked here, making one long diagonal line from your tailbone to the top of your head. Lift the right leg and lower. Again for 7 and 6. I know this part is not easy. 5. We have 4. Almost there, guys. 3. These lateral lifts are really challenging too. Last one, flex through the foot, little circles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's reverse for 8, 7, 6. Keep it parallel. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Lower all the way down onto your left side again. Rotate both legs, and we're going to take our toe to our knee. Lift the knee to extend and flex to lower. Let's do that 3 more times. This beautiful développé action is really great to open up the hips as well as maintain turnout for dance. So let's do 1 more before we tap our toe in front. Toe to knee. Extend last 1. Tap the toe towards the front without letting your hips fall forwards. And rotate to open. So the hips are staying stacked on top of one another here to ensure that you're really using your turnout, your core, and your whole body. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Beautiful. From here, you're just going to grab your right heel, take a stretch, just pull the leg up, and then try to maintain the height of that leg as you let go, extend both legs, and pulse it out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, my friends. Guys, we are almost there. Prop yourself up into a mermaid stretch. Feel free to grab a sip of water if you need a drink. Maybe take a butterfly to stretch out your hips. We have almost made it to the end of this workout. The rest of this workout is just stretching, so you deserved it, is all I have to say. Gently make your way to a downward facing dog today, tucking your toes under, lifting your hips up, and pressing your hands into the floor, lengthening the back of your legs. Pedal out your feet. Do what feels good. On the next inhale, let's actually lift our right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, we bring it through into a lunge so we can stretch out our legs and our hips. Well deserved after a really challenging workout. Untuck our left toes and feel free to place your right hands on your knee. Really tuck under so you can stretch out the back of your leg as well as the front of your left hip. Sit your hips back. Feel free to flex into your right toes for a deeper hamstring and calf stretch. And then let's point our toes out towards the corner, place our elbows down on the floor. Option to reach around and grab your left foot if you can. Gently let go of that toe, flip your hands onto the floor, tuck your back toe under, and flip towards the front into a little side lunge. I call this the Spider-Man stretch. This one's super, super fun and feels really nice after a hard workout. Point your toes forward, lift the hips up into a forward fold, and then walk your hands back towards your right foot to find a triangle position. Go ahead and step back into your down dog, and let's repeat everything on the left. So go ahead and lift the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring the left leg through into a lunge. Feel free to untuck the right toes and place the knee gently on the floor. And also feel free to place your hands on your left thigh. Let's sit halfway back. Again, option to flex into that front foot. And then let's point our left toes towards the corner, bend into your front knee, and place the elbows down in a lizard lunge. Feel free to reach around and grab your back foot with your opposite hand if you can. Gently untwist yourself, tuck your back toes under, and flip your hips to the front in a sideways lunge. Apologies for facing away from you guys. And then point your toes to the front in a forward fold stretch. Walk your hands towards your left foot this time in a left foot front triangle. And then take a step back into your downward facing dog, our last downward facing dog of today. Lift your heels in the next inhale. Exhale, ripple forward into a high plank. And place the knees gently down and go all the way down onto the mat before you press up into a cobra stretch. Go ahead and sit your hips back, and let's walk our hands towards the left side of our mat for a well-deserved side stretch. You might feel this in your glutes as well, maybe your inner thigh, and just relax into the stretch here. Walk to the other side with your hands. Gently make your way to a seated position, and let's breathe as we lift our hands up. We inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this workout and stretch. Please let me know what you want to see next in the comments down below. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, happy dancing, and until next time, bye now.